Alright guys, welcome to this page of the notes. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use parallel and perpendicular lines, what we learned about them on the previous page, to go ahead and solve some problems. So here we go, let's jump right into it. I want you to graph the line passing through this point and parallel to the graph of the line given. So you have been given a line, and let's go ahead and highlight what is important here. First of all, I tell you that I want parallel lines. Immediately what should jump off at you is this: the slopes need to be the same. So we're going to have same slope. Well, how do I find the slope? I need to find the slope of the line that I've been given, and whatever this slope is, the line I'm looking for is going to have the same slope. So let's just jump straight into that. Here we go. I've been given a standard form. Well, in order to figure out the slope, I need to solve for y, right? This is standard form. I'll know what the slope is if I put it in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. So we're going to solve for y. That means subtracting the 2x to the other side. Cool. In order to get the y by itself, let's go ahead and divide everybody by a -3. Well, that's going to give me -2 divided by a -3, and that's going to give me 6 divided by a -3. And what we wind up with is the negative signs canceling here. That leaves me with 2/3 x, and 6 divided by a -3 should be a -2. The point is, I now know my slope. That's it right there. Slope. All right. Hey, let's go ahead and graph this line. I will graph this one in green since I used green on it. My y-intercept is a -2, so let me go down to -2, 1, 2. I'm going to use this point right here at -2, and my slope is 2/3. That means my rise is 2. I'm going to go up 2. My run is 3. I'm going to go to the right 3. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That gets me another point right there. Go ahead and draw a line through those 2 points. Make sure you extend your line the entire way through the coordinate plane, putting arrows on the end so that I know that you know that line continues to keep going. Let me add a couple more just to be sure I get it right. 1, 2, 3, right through there. Also, I could go from here. I could go down 2, which would be a -2, and back 3, which would be a -3. Same thing, -2 divided by a -3. The negative signs cancel each other out, and I still have a slope of 2/3. So I can go down 2 and back 3. Let me do that. Down 2, back 3. There's a point right there. Worked out so well, let's do it again. Down 2, back 3. Just keeps working every single time, right? Yay math. Yay math. Here we go. Let's draw my line through my points. That's not bad. I'll take it. So there we go. I've now graphed the line that you were given. But they ask you to write the equation for a parallel line and graph it. Well, piece of cake. Here we go. I have told you the point I want you to use. It is 1, -3, and you now know the slope needs to be 2/3. Here we go. Let me do this one in red. I'm going to have y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. My slope, I already know, 2/3, and the point 1, -3. So y minus, careful, watch your signs, -3 is equal to 2/3 x minus 1. Okay, let's go ahead. This is going to now be y minus a -3. Sorry, I apologize. I was standing in the way. Y minus a -3 is going to be y plus 3. So I have y plus 3. Let's see. Distribute my 2/3. So I have equals 2/3 x minus, or sorry, 2/3 times a -1 would be a minus 2/3. Let me slide up so I have some space here so you guys can see. All right, what I'm going to need to do is subtract 3 to the other side. So I'm going to have y equals 2/3 minus 2/3 minus 3. Oh, awesome. Let's get some practice with fractions. Fractions are friends. Tons of fractions in this class. Let's get good with working with them. In order to subtract fractions, I must have a common denominator. That means I need a 3 down here in the bottom. But if I put a 3 in the bottom, I must also put a 3 in the top. So I'm going to have y is equal to 2/3 x, let's see, x minus 2/3 minus 9/3. Here we go. Y is going to be equal to 2/3 x. All right, here we go. I have a negative 2 minus 9. Hey, that's a negative 11. Minus 11/3. Well, what is negative 11/3? You plug that into your calculator. I get negative 3.66 repeating, or about. So negative 11/3. 11/3 is about approximately negative 3.66. All right, so now I know what my y-intercept is. It's a negative about 3.66. Don't go crazy with this. Just get as close as you can. I'm not going to be a stickler here. As long as it's somewhere between 3 and 4, I'll be happy. Or negative 3 and a negative 4, I'll be happy. And then, of course, my slope is 2/3 because they're parallel lines. Here we go. Let's do this one in red. So I have my y-intercept was negative 3.66. 1, 2, 3.66. We're going to call it right about there. Good enough. I'm going to have a rise of 2, a run of 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, right about there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Awesome. I can go forward. I can go backwards. Do a negative 2 over a negative 3. Same. Worked so well, let's do it again. Down 2, back 3. Draw a line through those points, and yes, sir, I've got myself parallel lines. Lines that will never intersect. The equation you're looking for is this guy right here. This is what they asked you to find when they said write the equation of a parallel line. There it is. Let's try another one. See if we can go a little bit faster on this one. Here we go. We have a perpendicular line for this one, right? This is going to be perpendicular. So I got to remember back to what we said about perpendicular lines. And that's right. I remember. I need slopes that are negative reciprocals of each other. So I'm going to need the negative. Let me do a minus sign and reciprocal. Well, I got to figure out what slope I'm going to take the negative reciprocal of. Oh, hey, fortunately, they gave me a line. So I need to find the slope of this guy, and then I can take the negative reciprocal of it to find the slope I'm looking for. All right, let's do that. Once again, they've given it to me in standard form. No problem. We solve for y, and we'll be all set. My marker is not working quite right. Here we go. Let's try it again. When it doesn't, first you don't succeed, try again. 3x plus 4y is equal to 12. There we go. That's working a little bit better. Okay, I need to solve for y. Let's subtract 3x to the other side. Divide both sides by a positive 4. That means that y is going to be equal to negative 3/4 x. 12 divided by 4 is going to be 3, so I have positive 3 as my y-intercept. Okay, here's what I got. I have a slope of negative 3/4. There's my slope. That is the slope of the line that I was given. And let's go ahead and graph this line. Positive 3. 1, 2, 3. I got a point right there. My slope is negative 3/4. So I can either go down 3 and then to the right 4, or I can go up 3 and go back 4. Same. Let's do them both just so you can see. Let me go down 3. 1, 2, 3. And then to the right 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or I could go up 3, positive 3, and negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that. Either way works out the exact same. All those lines are there in a graph, so let's go ahead. Make sure you extend your line all the way through the coordinate plane. Put arrows on either end so that I know you know that guy just keeps going. All right, awesome, we got our line. Now I need the perpendicular line. Well, here's what I remember. I remember that the slope for my perpendicular line needs to be the negative inverse. Okay, so my slope, well, I'm going to make this number negative. It's already negative. Negative times negative means my slope is now going to be positive. And I need to flip it. So how about 4/3? All right, awesome. Here we go, plug and chug. I was given a point. I now know the slope. Y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Here we go. My y is 1, so I'm going to have y minus 1 is equal to 4/3. X, careful, watch your signs, minus a minus 2. Okay, here we go. Let me slide it up a little bit so you guys can see my work. Boom. Distribute the 4/3. So y minus 1 is equal to, let's see, we'll have 4/3 x. The negative and a negative makes this a positive 2. I'm going to multiply 4/3 times a positive 2. The 2 just gets multiplied into the numerator, so I have a positive 8/3. Let's add the 1 to the other side. And in order to add fractions, I need a common denominator. This one's easy. In order to put a 3 in the bottom, I also have to put a 3 in the top. 3 times 1 is 3, so I'm just adding 3/3. In fact, you might even be able to do that math in your head, but I'll write it out for you anyway. So plus 8/3 plus 3/3. Oh, look at that. We wind up getting 11/3 again. Now it's a positive 11/3 though. So this is going to be 4/3 x plus, right? 8 plus 3 is 11. 11/3. Okay, great. Well, we just said that 11/3 is equal to 3.66. All right, well, let's go ahead and graph this guy. I am now going to be at a positive 3.66. So let's see, 1, 2, 3.66. Woo! Tight skis. I'm going to be right in there. And then my slope was 4/3. So that means up 4, right? Go up 4 and then right 3. Or I could go down 4 and back 3. Same. Let's do them both. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, right about there. Or down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, right about there. Oh, sorry, got squiggly. There we go. Now we have my perpendicular lines. Those should look like they're 90 degrees to each other because their slopes are negative reciprocals. And since you were asked to find the perpendicular line, hey, you did. There it is, right there. There it is right there. Awesome. I love it. Thanks for joining me for these two problems. Head on over to the next page of the notes and we'll try a few more. I'll see you there.